Don't be shy to speak English. Overcome your fear and gain confidence. Welcome to today's video. If you've ever felt shy about speaking English, you're definitely not alone. But let me tell you something. There's no reason to be afraid. Speaking is one of the most important skills you can develop when learning a language, and today, I'm going to show you how to overcome your shyness and start speaking English with confidence. I want to share some powerful stories and examples with you to help you understand that mistakes are just part of the process. And the most important thing is to practice, speak, and enjoy the learning journey. Let's start by talking about something many of us fear when learning a new language: making mistakes. I know many of you feel worried that you might mispronounce a word, use the wrong grammar, or be misunderstood. I want to tell you right now that mistakes are your friends. Let's take an example. Imagine you're at a restaurant in an English-speaking country. You want to order a coffee, but you're not sure if you should say, "I want" or "I would like." So you say, "I would like a coffee, please." The waiter smiles and says, "Of course, coming right up." Even if you made a small mistake, like saying "I want" instead of "I would like," the important thing is that you communicated, and I'm sure the waiter didn't judge you for it. This is the key. People appreciate when you try, and your effort to communicate is what matters most. Now, I want to tell you a story about someone I know. His name is Alex. Alex had been studying English for years, but he was always afraid to speak. He would write essays, read books, and listen to podcasts. But whenever he had to speak, he froze. He had the vocabulary, he knew the grammar, but speaking just terrified him. One day, he joined an online group where people from all over the world were learning English together. At first, he just listened to the others speak, but after a few days, he decided to try. Alex's first sentence was simple, but it made him nervous. "Hi, my name is Alex, and I'm from Brazil. I like to learn English because I want to travel." You know what happened next? No one laughed. No one corrected him harshly. Instead, people welcomed him with warm, supportive comments. "Great job, Alex," one person said. "You did amazing," another commented. And do you know what Alex realized? That speaking wasn't as scary as he thought. It wasn't about being perfect. It was about expressing yourself and connecting with others. So, here's the lesson for you. The first step is just to try. Even if you make mistakes, that's okay. Every time you speak, you grow. Let's move on to the next important point. Consistent practice. Learning a language is like building muscle. You get stronger the more you use it. But many learners make the mistake of thinking they have to speak perfectly before they try. This is not true. Take a look at another story. Anna, a young student from Spain, had been learning English for a few months. She felt uncomfortable speaking with others because she thought her accent was too strong. One day, she decided to make a small change. She began speaking for just 5 minutes every day. At first, she would talk to her family in English. She would describe her day, practice a few phrases, or simply talk about the weather. It didn't matter that she wasn't perfect. What mattered was the habit of speaking every day. In just a few weeks, Anna noticed she felt more comfortable. She stopped worrying about making mistakes, and she started talking to people outside her family, like classmates and teachers. If you want to improve your speaking skills, try to speak a little bit every day. It doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes or 15 minutes. What matters is that you're practicing regularly. Now, let's talk about how you can get more comfortable speaking English, even if you're really shy. Here's a trick that can help. Start with phrases you already know. Use simple, common phrases like, "Hello, how are you?" or "What time is it?" When you start with things you already know, you'll feel less pressure. One learner, Daniel, started by greeting his neighbors in English. At first, he said, "Good morning," and "How are you?" Then gradually, he began asking small questions like, "How's the weather today?" Daniel soon realized that speaking English wasn't as hard as he thought. He started to feel more relaxed and even looked forward to these small conversations. The key takeaway here is to start simple. Don't aim for complex sentences right away. Speak the way you feel comfortable, and as you gain more confidence, you can start to challenge yourself with more difficult sentences. Remember how we talked about making mistakes earlier? Well, here's something really important. Mistakes are a sign of progress. Think about it this way. If you're making mistakes, it means you're trying. It means you're stepping outside your comfort zone and learning something new. And guess what? You're learning faster than you realize. Take the example of Sarah, who struggled with pronunciation. She used to avoid speaking because she was embarrassed by her accent. But one day, her friend gave her a helpful tip. Don't worry about your accent. Just focus on speaking clearly and people will understand you. Sarah started practicing with tongue twisters and reading out loud. She made a lot of mistakes, but over time, her pronunciation improved. And you know what? People started noticing her progress. They complimented her on her clear speaking, and that motivated her to keep going. The important lesson here is, don't be afraid to make mistakes. Each one is an opportunity to improve. I want to share one more story before we finish, and it's about a learner named John. John had been studying English for years, but he only spoke to himself. He never spoke to other people because he was afraid they would judge him. One day, John decided to challenge himself. He joined a language exchange group where he could practice speaking with native speakers. His first conversation was with a woman named Emma, and John was nervous. He hesitated before saying anything, but Emma smiled and said, "It's okay. Take your time. I'm happy to help." That simple kindness made John feel comfortable. He started speaking more confidently, and Emma gave him constructive feedback along the way. John realized that speaking was a skill, just like reading or writing, and the more he practiced, the more confident he became. This is the key. Start speaking with others. Whether it's online or in person, communicating with real people will boost your confidence. I hope the stories and lessons we shared today inspire you to stop being shy and start speaking English with confidence. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about trying, practicing, and growing. You have the power to improve every day by speaking, no matter how small the steps are. Start with simple conversations. Embrace your mistakes and learn from them. Build the habit of speaking every day, and soon you'll look back and realize how far you've come. The most important thing is to just keep going. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, please like, subscribe, and share it with anyone who might need this encouragement. Don't forget, you've got this. Keep speaking, keep learning, and I'll see you in the next video.